Alright, all Pro Football 2K8, want to talk about dynamic tackling again and user control of the player. Now, as you can see, I'm playing on defense. The offenses came out in a 3 wide receiver set. I've elected to take my safety, Eric Turner, rest in peace, and move him from his zone down to the line of scrimmage. The reason I've done this is because I trust the team I've assembled, the personnel I have on the field, with Lem Barney and Terry McDaniel to accurately cover Upchurch and 2 generic wide receivers should it be a pass. Now, should it be a run, that is exactly why I've moved my safety down to the line of scrimmage, and I will control him through the whole play. In doing so, I realize that if this play gets past my linebackers, that there will be no one back there to stop this from being a 50-yard touchdown run. So the computer decides to run, and we'll just take a look at this play from the halfback. And you can see there the run amounts to about a 1-yard gain. Now, when we go over to my safety, which again I control the entire time, talk about my player, even though he's supposed to be in a zone, that being overrode by the fact that I'm controlling him. Now, you see initially, Chuck Bednarik gets beat fairly soundly by a tight end on a block. I am not sucked into that block. I'm not forced into it by animation. I simply just have to run around it and alter my path to the ball carrier. Now, as I go to make my tackle, there's something critical to defensive line play that has long been out of Madden and is really inexcusable in 2010 that it's not incorporated into that game, and that is reaching from defensive linemen, whether it be a defensive end like you see in Dexter Manley here, or a defensive tackle. Very seldomly do defensive linemen stand engaged and not attempt to reach out and slow the progress of a halfback as they come through the line. And that goes for high school, college, or professional football. In Madden, your defensive linemen are just engaged and they can't reach. Your only hope is to put a move on the offensive lineman to get past him and engage in something to stop the play. Not so in this game. Your linemen can reach in and prevent the halfback and at least slow his progress at some time. So simultaneously as my tackle starts, you see Dexter Manley goes out for a reach. Again, warping and shifting, very prevalent in this play, but as I've said, I can deal with it as long as I see that players, positions, momentum was respected. As you can see, I warp into number 44 a little bit here, but in doing so, I really push him into his feet stop, and I push him in to Dexter Manley, my tight end. Now, my tackle fails. I fall to the ground. I'm a smaller guy trying to tackle a larger player. Dexter Manley tries to wrap up. Number 44's feet keep turning. I can't, the defensive end just doesn't quite make the tackle. Here comes my linebacker, Pepper Johnson, in with a shoulder charge. And again, absolutely a little bit of time shifting and warping here. But as you can see, the players, for the most part, positions and momentum and weight is respected as the play ends in a 1-yard gain. Now, you've seen 3 players interact with 1 halfback really in the time frame of, if we play this at speed, 2 seconds in the distance of maybe a yard. Now, Pro Tack was so important because people said, oh, you really need that type of player interaction. You really need 4-man gang tackles. And when I say 4-man gang tackles, when you look at a 9-man engagement of football minus your ball carrier, you're actually looking at 4 offensive line, 4 offensive and 4 defensive players. So here are 3 players in this game interacting with the halfback. That to me is enough. If I have 3 players here, all different positions that can't seem to get the job done, then maybe he deserves to score a touchdown. Do I really need another person coming in and trying to, make the tackle? The other important thing here is all these hits that are all different. As you can see, you get the diving tackle, you get the reaching tackle, and then you get the shoulder charge, no hands tackle, if you will. No one attempts to really stand the fullback back up or just grab onto him to grab onto him. Something you see a lot of in Madden is the halfback being stood back up. We'll just play this one more time, and then we'll leave it at that.